everyone, and welcome back to Planet Zoo. And this is a screen that you guys haven't seen yet, but this is the loading screen for Planet Zoo and what will one day become a frantic hive of activity that I will be so excited to explore. But this is basically where we get to pick what we want to do when we load the game, where we want to go. We can see if there's any community challenges currently going on. I think eventually I'll be able to send out friend requests to people and be able to see if they have animals to trade, which would be amazing. It'd be so much fun to trade animals with my patrons. Oh my freaking gosh, that would be amazing. There's so much that is just on this screen alone, including a whole world to explore that, if you notice, has very distinctive different biomes marked out on it. So I'm pretty excited because I'm pretty sure once we have the full release of the game, we will probably be able to plunk ourselves down all over the world, probably not just nilly-willy. You probably need to pick a spot and try out a whole bunch of different types of biomes. So far we've been up in England, and there's only one spot open right now. If you are not, we did the scenario, as you guys saw. If you are not going to do the scenario, there's only one other thing you can do right now, and that is run a franchise zoo. But in the future, you will be able to go into Sandbox mode, where you can build as whatever your imagination wants. You don't have any limitations. There's no restrictions on what you can do. There's also My Zoos, which lets you access all of the different save files that you have in one place. And there's franchise mode, which is where I'm probably going to spend the majority of my time playing when the full game comes out, because in franchise mode, you launch your own franchise. You build zoos all around the world, breed animals, and release them into the wild. But don't forget about your visitors. So franchise mode is where you shift. Yay! All right, I will happily claim that 100 points. I'm not sure what from, but I will very happily claim it. Look at all of this. Oh, this is so cool. But franchise mode is where you will be able to start new zoos. And I believe that you can only start new zoos in the grasslands biome right now. And I think it kind of dictates where that zoo goes. But in the future, you will be able to start new zoos in the desert, tropical, temperate, taiga, and tundra biomes as well. I'm not sure if you can pick where in the world you go, or can I make another zoo in the grasslands and it'll put me in a different kind of grassland? That's a good question. I'm not going to do it though, because I'm so worried I'm going to break my conservation credits. You need those to buy animals in franchise mode. But I already started a franchise mode that was actually over on my laptop. Surprise, surprise, because this is on Steam. My save files are right here. I didn't have to transfer or anything. How fantastic is that? So it is saved up to a cloud, and I don't even need to worry about that. There's gonna be franchise achievements to unlock. Oh my gosh, if I ever wanted to become an achievement hunter, you can guarantee this would be the game I would want to do it in. Let's see. Yeah, for franchise mode, yeah, that's where we're going to be spending most of our time. So I think that covers everything. And now, my friends, oh, and then when you do a franchise, basically, the franchise covers all of the zoos that you create. So I made serious zoological research, which I can't do anything. I can't add more to it because that takes up the entire little text there. You could also, oh, look at this, you can change what you see. Okay, I want to have the little flower. That makes me happy. So I want the flower. I'm really happy. The leafy greenery, but I love the hibiscuses too. I'm gonna keep the hibiscuses. Oh my gosh, this game was legitimately made for me at this point, because now we've got the hibiscuses. I've had hibiscus in my hair and in the background of so many of my art pieces for ages now. And you can see how many zoos you have under that franchise. You can also close the franchise if you want to get rid of all of the zoos that you have under there, and you can start a new one. I don't know why you do that unless you just wanted a completely fresh start, but you can see through all of your zoos how many animals you have adopted, how many are in all of your zoos, how much you've earned, how much you've spent, the number of guests you've had. These are not working right now for the current beta, but this is just more information that you will start seeing when you run franchise mode in the final game. Also, visiting status is so cool. I love this. Avatar visiting status allows your avatar to visit other players' zoos, as well as others to be able to visit your zoos. Your franchise identity will be shared with them unless you want them to visit anonymously. So I could send her out, my little avatar out, to visit other people's zoos in the future, which sounds amazing. So we'll go ahead and close that. But I actually spent like maybe 20 minutes building a place I nicknamed Giraffe Hope and trying to figure out how to run a zoo. I did this over a week and a half ago when I was in San Diego on my laptop, balancing it in my lap and trying to like use the mouse on the bed so that I could figure out how to play before live streaming at TwitchCon. I haven't seen it since we have done all of the amazing work that we did at the Goodwin Zoo. So I think it's about time to dive in and see if we can save Giraffe Hope Horizons, which I want to rename to Hopeful Horizons. And if we can save the zoo. If we can't save the zoo, we can always close it. And if we do that, you actually will immediately sell all of the animals. You'll lose all the cash and you will immediately sell all of the animals for conservation credits. I do not want to close the zoo. We're going to try to save my very own, very first zoo. Let's do this. Here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and pause and see what we have here. Oh my gosh, I have a little bit of a silly mess. All right, so we have $7,000 left. We have spent quite a bit. Hopefully we can get things moving. Guests are not that entertained. I have a giraffe. I don't even remember getting a giraffe. That is so cool. So let's back up a little bit here and kind of take a look at everything really quickly. All right, so as you can see, it is not a lot to look at for the very first zoo, but this is the grass. Oh, the grass. Oh my gosh, look at the grass. I love this. This is the grassland that we have settled down into. At first, you might think there's not a lot going on, but then you get down here and it is actually a beautiful grassland. Look at this. Oh, wow. And we have been tasked with turning it into a very, very special place where we'll be able to raise many animals and take good care of this zoo. So we already have a ton of people visiting, which is good. Are they getting something from over here? What is over here? Oh, this is an information center. What? I can actually, oh my gosh, I just kind of threw this down on a lark. I didn't know I could actually make money from this. Are you kidding me? And I literally just threw it down, so it looks terrible. It literally is just a building with the insulation and everything showing. Oh my gosh. So we do have an information center. We have a zoo entrance where the guests are coming in from over here. I love that cute little entrance. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is precious. Wow, I didn't build that, but I did put up a big old hedge fence right over here. And then down this path, I made the little path, I made everything that you're looking at right over here. Down this path, we have a little staff area. So I made kind of a little staff village so that people will be really close to the one and only exhibit that we have at the moment. And what do we have in that exhibit? We have one reticulated giraffe. Very interesting. Oh, look at this. And so this is how I can change the grade of food they have. Oh, that is so interesting. And if they have for their species enough things and feeder enrichment and toy enrichments, oh, this is making so much more sense now that I'm in here. We have one female named Olamara, who we will rename in just a little bit here. Her feeder needs restocked. So that's a good way to just be able to dive in and be like, oh, we need, oh, gross. Like, we need some, like, higher quality food. Poor Omara. We will definitely work on that. And we have a little baby ostrich, which I actually adopted this little one because I didn't know how to make baby ostriches happen. So I adopted a whole bunch of baby ostriches from the animal training center. And the animal market is up and going. Oh my gosh. Look how expensive everything is. This is why I have been struggling to do anything because it is so freaking expensive. I think people can control what it costs to put things on the market, so you can control it yourself, I'm pretty sure. And as you can see, people tend to set the prices really high. I've heard that a lot of people are hoping that there will be some balance to this in the future, because it's kind of like in some MMORPGs where if you don't have a little bit of a balance, it can take forever to have kind of a natural flow. of currency, because this is a different kind of currency, these conservation credits. And usually you can only get them from releasing animals into the wild. You can go ahead and say, just show me the cash listings. Just the cash listings. Is nobody selling anything for cash? Just show cash listings. Like, that's all I want to see. Yeah, I don't think anyone is selling anything for cash at this point, which is a problem when you don't have a lot of conservation credits. So goal number 1, if we want to adopt any of these animals, like any of them, really, like what if I want a Galapagos tortoise even? How much are people selling? Look at that, 500 for a Galapagos tortoise. Oh, geez. Yeah, it would be like 500 for a Galapagos tortoise who's already kind of old. All of these guys are already kind of old. Oh, and it's a small... What's the point of a small Galapagos tortoise? Oh my gosh, and you'd have to breed forever to try to like improve the sizing of this one. Like, yeah, as you can see, you really have to be kind of fussy about like how you're going to get them. This is from Cow Corp. You can see where they're from. You can see a little bit of information about the tortoises. So the animal market is a little bit of a headache, and it is like animal rewards. We don't have any at the moment. Animal trade history. You can see what I bought the different animals for. Yeah, it's going to be wild, and basically to get our animals, we could care less about the money. What we really need is the conservation credits. How do you get conservation credits? By selling animals to other facilities or like on the market, or by releasing them into the wild. And that's going to be one of my goals. We are going to try to transform Hopeful Horizons. Can I rename my zoo? Zoo overview. Giraffe Hope. I hope to get a giraffe. I have one. The most appealing animal we have here is a reticulated giraffe, actually. We're going to rename this to Hopeful Horizons and hope that we can figure out what we're doing with ourselves. So we'll start there. And now I already have staff. We have a donation box over here. Looks like I need another donation box. Okay, I do have a donation box over here too. And we're going to try to get an animal that will breed quickly. So I'm going to, let's check on the animal welfare, and then we will set this going. I want to make sure that everybody has enough food. Good. And I think I have people doing research. So we need food and toy enrichment for our ostriches, and ostriches will breed very quickly if we let them. So if we're going to give food and toy enrichment to our ostriches, we need to have our vet research the ostrich, Loretta. And Loretta is not very well trained. She is a trainee, and I don't have a lot of money for Loretta. Our singular only, yeah, our only vet, Loretta. She's a little tired, but let's go over and look at her. She's conducting research. Look at this! In her little vet office. That is so cool. And we're actually going to we're going to go ahead and rename Loretta after some of you guys. So Loretta is actually going to become vet. Let's see. Jari. So vet Jari after Janella. So thank you, Janella. And I like your name is Jari. That's such a beautiful name. And we're going to have you actually become the vet who is going to come over and start doing research on our ostriches, because that is how we will unlock more options for how to get the different enrichment items in here. Also, get this nasty stuff out of here. Like, honestly, my keepers, I think we need to train my keeper. So there's Vet Jari doing some training. And then we're going to rename this keeper. And then, let's see, to Lemon from LPS Lemon. And thank you so much for telling me about that game called Adapt. I do have it on my wish list on Steam now. I'll keep an eye out for it. And I hope that you'll be happy to be Keeper Lemon. There we go. And she is actually capable. So I think right now, Keeper Lemon is actually preparing new food for our giraffe. And what's really nice is that she's very close to said giraffe. The vet research is already complete. Oh my gosh, Jari, you are naturally talented with the ostrich. Like, what? I think you have found new toys for the ostrich already. Alright, I hope we have some fresh food coming over for a reticulated giraffe. But I think it's actually bird food first. Alright, and speaking of bird food, can we make our ostriches happier now? Let's find out. So species, common ostrich. Let's do enrichment items. We have a small ball for them now. We can give them a small ball for small ostrich. Yay! And we have an inspector arriving in a few months. And water treatment is failing. Mechanic being requested. Oh, I think I need to make sure that there's a path to the mechanic. Like the mechanic can have a path there. So let's see. Staff path. Staff only. Oh yeah. We need a staff path here. Okay, I need to pick this up. And I actually need to move this. Yes, I know. We're moving. Come on. Move it over here, maybe? Is it a group? Okay. Why are you a group? You should be split from group. There we go. I need to move you. Can I move you? Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead, just put it over here. And then try to scoot you there then. And try to get a path here. Nice. There we go. So I think our mechanic just couldn't reach it because you have to have a path there. And we want to have that water treatment up and going so that we can take care of what's going on. So where's our mechanic? This is so interesting. Oh, yay! And Vetgerie is happy and headed off to the staff building. Sweet. Okay. So we're off to a good start. Our ostrich is playing with the ball. That is so cool. We're off to a good start, but we can't slow down, friends. Look at all these people. They still want more to do. So I think we've got bathroom over here. Probably could have moved it over by the entrance of the zoo, but that's okay. So I think I actually want to come in and make a little like quiet forested walkway over here. Let's delete like this path gently. And I want to put some exhibits over here. We didn't really deal with the exhibits when we were over at the Goodwin Zoo, but the Goodwin House Zoo. But I've heard that the exhibit animals are actually great at breeding very quickly. They age up quickly so that you can release them into the wild. And I think it'd be really fun to learn a little bit more about the animals on exhibit. Like, ooh, boa constrictors or titan beetles. Look at everybody. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we could put in there. That would be really fun. So I think I want to maybe do some of the frogs because I think that would be kind of fun. Let's do some Goliath frogs. Where are Goliath frogs native to? Let's find out. I have no idea. That's a Cape buffalo. Do I have any information about a Goliath frog? Goliath frog. They're endangered. Population in the wild unknown. The Goliath frog is an extremely large species that lives in African rainforest of Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea, specifically in the fast-flowing rivers and streams. It can be green to dark brown in color with a paler underbelly, large yellow eyes, and may have small ridged bumps on its skin. Males are larger than females, and the species is endangered due to being overhunted for food, for trophies, and the pet trade. What? Alright, we will do our best to take care of this Goliath frog. Look at that tiny little place it inhabits. I want to see what they look like. So let's do this. We're going to come in and we're going to build a facility, I think. Will it be under blueprints? My blueprints, steam... Okay, we do have some Steam Shop blueprints that I really would love to be able to put down, actually. Like, look at this one. A Savannah watering hole exhibit that I think will actually put in a, like, watering hole spot. Like a big pond, which would be really cool. Oh, wow. I'm not even sure how some of these are supposed to work, but this one has a waterfall, which is amazing. I think some of them didn't quite work out the way they were supposed to. And here's Pride Rock. Come on, that is so cool. You can have Pride Rock here. Wow. And then this is just a really cool little info habitat board where you can try to encourage some education in your guest, which I love. Can I put this down over here so people can maybe learn a little bit more? Maybe? I think you have to do some research on... There we go. I think you, like, I have a habitat education board here, but I don't think it's doing anything. So if I have this board, I can do some... Look at that! Now I have made it so that they can look at this like board and it will add in more facts as we learn more about the ostrich. I love that. Look, more stuff just got added because did you see that? We were looking at the screen just as we discovered new things about the species. Get Vetgerie, you were on top of this. Good job. Now there's more facts and they can know like more little informational bits. That's so exciting. So I wonder what kind of information. Hello? Is the sun setting? I was like, did an alien ship just arrive? It got so dark just all of a sudden. Alright, get some fresh food for my giraffe. That is a very, very precious animal, you know. So I wonder, what kind of things did we just learn? Research status, fun facts. Contrary to popular belief, ostriches do not bury their head in the sand. To hide from predators, they lie flat against the ground, and their body blends with the horizon and the dust. Oh, that's so cool. Alright, well, let's see, what else is going on? Power source failing. Mechanic, oh, I gotta get my mechanic over here again. Alright, so one of the lessons I'm learning is to be sure to hook up your paths. I had it connected for just a split second, but okay. Let's just go ahead and move this right over here. There we go. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but as I'm still a noob and learning, we'll just go with what I can do. So there we go. Now we should have the power transformer working. Oh, we're gonna want lights for when it gets dark for our guest, aren't we? Oh, there's so many new things to think about. But for the blueprints I was just looking at, there's like a Garl scenery blueprint. Interesting. The Desert Oasis. Oh my gosh, now it is Donkey Days Dark. Wolf Haven. This is so cool. Oh, a jungle walkway. That's what I want. Oh, one day, one day. I love, those are all blueprints that I found on the Steam Workshop. We're gonna have so much fun with the blueprints on the Steam Workshop, but enough dilly-dallying. Prefabricated. What if I just want, that's a shop. That's a building. Toilet. Info. Habitat Education Board. My blueprints. What if I just want a habitat, like a little, where do you find just the little exhibits? Guest facilities, small animal exhibits, here we go. Oh wow, and this is literally like the way it's gonna look. Oh my gosh. And then I guess I have to put things around it myself. Well, I mean, let's try this. I can't see a gosh darn thing, but this is kind of cool. Okay, so I guess that would be under construction. Now we have to worry about like getting some streetlights in here. I'm sure I could probably research more when it comes to lighting. Okay, so this is a wall light. Can I add it to... Oh, can I just make like a little path with my lights? I can! Look at that! So you can kind of use them to make a little trail. And if I'm smart with it, I can put the trail down inside of the... Oh, that's so cool! I know it's supposed to be a wall lamp, but I really like it as like a little trail leading people up here. Interesting, interesting. Vet research is now complete. Oh my gosh, vet jury. I thought we would have to train you more in order to see something effective, but you are fantastic at what you're doing. Ta-da! There we go! We have discovered 3 more items for the common ostrich. And we will have more and more information filling out over here. So now people want to see... Oh, we're low on cash. Hang in there. View... request exhibit animal. So, here's the exhibit animal market. And I want... Let's go with the species. I want that Goliath Frog. 9 years. How long do they live? 4 years. Zupedia, Goliath Frog. Let's try to find ourselves one that's a little younger. So, what do we have on species data? How long do they live? Do we have any information about that? Oh my gosh, 18 years? Okay, we're fine. Here I was like, really, view exhibit animal market. There we go. So let's go for this female then. Maybe I can I sort by price? Nope. So let's go ahead and we'll get this like long-lived fertile female for 87. And then let's look, I guess we could have afforded like, oh, this one's really young. Oh, that's a Titan beetle. Huh. That would have been like food for the frog. And there's another female. Can I find a male Titan or male Goliath Frog? Now that is the question. Goliath Frog male right over here. He is not very fertile. This one cannot be released into the wild. Why? Who knows? He's a custom seizure. Interesting. Oh wow, and this guy was a pet. Aw, you poor little ones. I'll do my best. What about this guy? He's 7 years. Ooh, he's a big, like very big, very fertile. That is what we want. So now we have 2 Goliath frogs. And we're... Oh, that's so cool! Oh my gosh! And they're gonna come into this exhibit. This is awesome, you guys! Okay. I was really worried that we would just fall flat on our face, like as soon as we ended up trying to take care of any of this. We need to adjust the freaking temperature. Like, how do I decrease? Oh boy. Reset to ambient temperature and humidity. Oh, ball. Da 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 da. Boo. Okay, this is gonna be a little interesting. Trying to find out how to take care of them because I actually have never really taken care of the exhibit animals before, but we are going to do our absolute best. Before I forget, let's go ahead and get some donation boxes right in front of them so that people can help out with these endangered large froggo friends. And oh my gosh, it's such a mess over here. It is such a sad little mess, but we will be tidying it up, fixing it up, doing our best as time goes on. And I'm excited. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be, whoops-a-doops. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be so messy. I'm going to have like my silly little bits of regrets, but I'm hoping we will be able to have a great time learning all of the little details of how to take care of this new zoo. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I really hope someone is feeding my giraffe. I'm like quite concerned about that, to say the least. Like, feed my giraffe. Do not let my giraffe starve. I demand it. And we're gonna try to figure out how to take care of our Goliath frogs next time. This is so cool. All right, I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.